Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report. Presented by And Crew Brew. Go to joinourcrew.com and sign up for the latest. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey under the snow. Still some flurries outside. But last night, some more troubling news for the New Jersey Devils. Jonas Siegenthaler out with a broken foot as the Devils' injuries are piling up. And we talked about this during preseason when we were doing predictions. Devils going undefeated during preseason. What will stop them? And one of the things I said, injuries. You can't predict injuries. Now we got Jonas Siegenthaler out. Timo Meyer's on IR, although he can come back at any time. Good to see that he's at the CamJan charity event that Brendan Smith is hosting. You got Jack Hughes out. Further evaluation. What could that be? Obviously, Dougie Hamilton is out for a long time. Might come back for the playoffs. I'm not sure. Nosek. Thomas Nosek. Out after having surgery. Has done not much this year, unfortunately. Being on the fourth line. And Andre Palat as well. Injured. But still, this team has a lot of firepower. Could this be a blessing in disguise where they finally come together as a team and try to win and gut out some of these games with a lot of the stars out? Jack Hughes out, Palat out, Dougie Hamilton out. I estimate that's about 17 plus, about $23 million in cap space wiped off. Plus Jonas Siegenthaler, you had about another $3 million, so you're about $27 million. Without these players, Nosek, and then Timo Meyer. That's a good chunk of the team. But somehow, last night, the Devils were close but no cigar. Trying to pull off a comeback victory, which they lead the league in this year. Even with the injuries piling up, the Devils are still fighting. And that's a good sign. And offensively, yes, it does hurt not to have Jack Hughes there, but you know what? They still have firepower. And think about it. They're without Timo Meyer, Jack Hughes. On defense, that's the concern. No Dougie Hamilton, no Jonas Siegenthaler. Siegenthaler can eat up a lot of minutes. But they're going to have to find a way. And what is the depth like? Do they bring, I believe how you pronounce his last name, Hataka up, who came via trade, kind of a throw-in when the Devils got Timo Meyer, but also did very well during preseason. Hello to Peter Seifert. Thank you for handing out the Ranger Suck fortune cookies at American Whiskey last night. That was great to see you, Peter. Great to see you, Ted, as well. So forget about goaltending right now, because a couple of years ago there were so many injuries to the Devils' goaltending. Right now it's happening both on defense and with the forwards. but they still can win games. They still can win games. And what kind of flexibility, depending upon the severity of these injuries, you would think that Jonas Siegenthaler would come back before the season's out. Maybe, I'm just going to give maybe a 2-month timeline with a broken foot without knowing how severe it is. Timo Meier can come back soon. Jack Hughes, that's the concern. Further evaluation. What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? What it means is the Devils need to get it right, because you don't fool around with any players, especially Jack Hughes, because he's a long-term pillar of the franchise. And if it's an injury that happens to be you need to stop now, do it. But losing Jack Hughes is a big loss, but you got Dawson Mercer, who's playing very well recently. Well, heck, Dawson Mercer started the season without scoring a point in the first 10 games. But now he's getting it together. There's no slumping in Dawson Mercer. Been reliable, been consistent. He only knows NHL hockey since his rookie year, the Iron Man, knock on wood. Palat's out as well. Noshik, Dougie Hamilton, Jack, Timo, Jonas. And don't forget there have been other injuries earlier this season with Nico Hischier out for a while, the captain. Now back playing well. Eric Halla has always had some nagging injuries here and there, taking some time off. Lazar as well. Nico Dawes, who's coming off of hip surgery. And even Colin Miller has some injuries. But injuries are part of the game. And as they're piling up right now, the Devils have to dig deep. Let's focus on what the Devils do have. For right now, the Devils have healthy goaltenders. Again, I stress, still traumatized the years of Corey Crawford and Jonathan Bernier and Mackenzie Blackwood being out. That's step one. So we should appreciate that. We may not have the great goaltending we want, but we have bodies. On defense, Simon Nemec, thank goodness he's playing like a veteran, along with Luke Hughes, who took a vicious trip that the refs didn't call last night. Art Heaton says, good seeing Sam at AW last night. Got my fortune cookies. Good to see you too, Art Heaton. Sorry I wasn't socializing. I was behind the bar doing my thing. And the fortune cookies, the Rangers Suck fortune cookies was a big hit. Thinking about doing a Rangers Suck fortune cookie 2.0 at some point later this season, maybe against Devils versus Rangers. Maybe we could go to New York and maybe get a restaurant like American Whiskey to serve them out in early April. It'd be like kind of an April Fool's thing. Anyway. But the injuries are piling up. But let's concentrate what you have. Luke Hughes, Simon Nemec. I know they're both rookies, but wow, are they playing very well overall. Your power play is your best bet. Losing Jack Hughes, not good. But you still have your quarterback and Luke Hughes at the point on the power play, which still makes the Devils very potent. If Timo Meier can come back soon, that'd be great, because he was hot before he got hurt. And also, you have Dawson Mercer, Jesper Bratt, Tyler Toffoli, Eric Halla, guys that can get it done. Mikey McLeod, Yes, Mikey McLeod. So the Devils do still have some players. It's not like we lost everybody. And on defense, John Marino, who is really needs to be counted upon right now. Kevin Ball, Colin Miller playing very well. So it's not all doom and gloom, but when they do come back, and let's just say if this team learns how to play together with less, and then they come back by the playoffs at full strength with the depth of any kind of trades that Tom Fitzgerald does at the trade deadline. By the way, don't forget about Alexander Holtz as well. Sorry about that. I should have mentioned him. Lazar. And that's the depth that we were talking about in preseason. Injuries are part of the game. They do happen. If you look at the Chicago Blackhawks, they only have one good player. Their season was done, but now it's really done for the Chicago Blackhawks. Well, at least for 6 weeks. Devils, there are no excuses right now. They still have enough firepower to win some big games. Now, they're going to take the time to rest. There's a little bit of a layoff, and then they'll come back. And they're going to still need to find a way how to win those back-to-back games on the second half. But yeah, well, we are going to have the Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast for the first time in 2024. Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, Scotty, and myself will be talking a little Devils hockey, recapping the week that was. Ted's still talking about the overflowing of the Ann Crew Brew. Arheaton says, do we know what's wrong with Palat? No idea, but I'm not too concerned. We just need Palat by the playoffs. But this is very interesting how Tom Fitzgerald's going to look at this, because he's going to have internally timelines of these injuries. And we've seen the formula, what the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Vegas Golden Knights have done with their stretching of the rules of the salary cap. But right now, in the worst way, Tom Fitzgerald needs a defenseman. You can't get enough defensemen on this team because you need a stockpile now. Because during the playoffs, you want to make sure that you've got at least 8 to 9 on the roster that can come in at any time and play. All right, well, I want to thank all those tuning in. Just remember to go to joinourcrew.com, sign up for the latest updates of our live events, where we'll be at the outdoor game, our tailgate. It will be fun. It'll be lots of laughs. And we'll see you tonight for the Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Just a reminder to go to pucksandpitchforks.com. Nick Villano is a writing machine, so is Vinny Parisi and the rest of the gang, Marcy, all them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go Devils.